Have you ever felt like you couldn't go on? Every challenge seems insurmountable and the weight of the world feels unbearable on your shoulders. You might wonder if the road will ever get easier or if there's light at the end of the tunnel. But then something incredible happens. A beautiful, transformative moment arrives and God in His mercy and love lifts you up. This is not just a fleeting moment. It is the divine intervention that gives us hope when we feel like giving up. It is the moment when you realize that despite all the struggles, the pain and the doubt, God was always with you, even when you couldn't see Him. And in that moment, He raises you higher than you've ever been, not only physically but spiritually. It's as if all the trials you face were simply a preparation for the powerful and glorious moment when you rise above it all. This question, have you ever felt like you couldn't go on, is one that many of us can relate to at some point in our lives. Life often brings us to places of doubt, frustration and exhaustion. We wonder if we have the strength to continue, if the storms we're weathering will ever end. Whether it's a personal struggle, a financial hardship and a relationship issue, or even a spiritual crisis, the trials of life can sometimes feel too much to bear. But what if I told you that these struggles aren't the end of your story? What if I told you that after enduring the hardest trials of your life, you could experience a moment of divine elevation, a moment when you're lifted up by the loving hands of God and your soul is renewed, restored and empowered? That's what today's video is all about. In this video, we will explore the wonderful and transformative moment when God lifts you up after enduring those difficult trials. We will take a closer look at the power of patience, the strength found in faith, and how God leads us through tough times to reach something greater than we ever imagined. You see, these trials, though painful, are not the final word on your life. God uses these moments to shape you, to refine your character, and to prepare you for something incredible. The Bible teaches us that trials produce perseverance, and perseverance produces character, and character leads to hope. This hope is what anchors us through the storms of life. We will also explore how our faith during these trials plays a crucial role. When everything seems impossible, it's our faith that connects us to God's plan for us. It's in those times when we feel the weakest that God's strength is made perfect in us. And the beautiful thing about God is that He never leaves us alone. Even in our darkest moments, He is there quietly, patiently guiding us toward that moment when He will lift us up. So I invite you to take a deep breath and prepare your heart for what's to come. As you listen to today's message, I want you to open yourself up to the possibility of feeling God's presence and support in a way you may never have before. This moment of elevation is waiting for you just on the other side of your trial, and together we will walk toward it. If this message resonates with you, please take a moment to share this video with someone who might need it. Maybe there's someone in your life going through a difficult time who needs a reminder that they are not alone. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you can stay tuned for more videos that will encourage and uplift you. Let's walk together in faith, knowing that God is always by our side, leading us to greater things. Life isn't always easy. We all know this, don't we? Each one of us at some point faces challenges that seem unrelenting. Whether it's the pressure of work, the strain of relationships, or the deep pain of emotional or physical suffering, the burdens of life can feel overwhelming. Sometimes it feels like the obstacles just keep piling up one after another, leaving us feeling exhausted, defeated, and unsure of how to continue. It's easy to look at the challenges we face and wonder, why is this happening to me? Why does life have to be so hard? Whether you're struggling with financial difficulties, battling an illness, or facing personal issues with your family or friends, these moments can feel isolating. You might wonder if there's anyone who truly understands what you're going through, or if things will ever get better. You may even question your faith or your worth during these trials. Maybe you've been working tirelessly at a job that seems to go unnoticed. Despite your best efforts, things just don't seem to improve. Or perhaps you've experienced a breakdown in a close relationship, leaving you feeling betrayed and alone. Perhaps you're dealing with a health issue that seems to have no end in sight and each day feels like a struggle. Or maybe it's emotional pain that weighs you down. grief, loneliness, or depression that seems to cloud your every thought and action. Whatever your struggle may be, I want you to know something important: you are not alone. We all face trials, and though it might feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, you're not carrying it alone. Many of us have walked or are walking similar paths. Life's difficulties may seem like they last forever, but there is hope that things can and will get better. And most importantly, hope that God is with you every step of the way. In these moments of difficulty, it's easy to feel defeated, to lose sight of the bigger picture, and to think that the pain we're experiencing is pointless. But when we look at life through the lens of faith, we begin to see things differently. The trials we face, no matter how challenging, are not meaningless. They are a part of a larger divine plan that is meant to refine us and strengthen us. And while we may not fully understand the purpose behind every trial we face, we can trust that God has a reason for allowing us to go through them. Let's pause for a moment and acknowledge the pain and the struggle that many of us feel on a daily basis. We've all had our fair share of battles, haven't we? It's important to recognize that trials come in all shapes and sizes, and each one affects us in different ways. If you are currently struggling with your finances, I understand how overwhelming it can be to face mounting bills, constant worry about how to make ends meet, and the pressure of providing for your loved ones. You might feel as though you're doing everything you can and still falling short, and that can be incredibly disheartening. If you're dealing with the loss of a loved one, the grief can feel suffocating. The emotional pain of missing someone who's been such an integral part of your life can feel unbearable at times. You may find yourself wondering how you can go on without them, and the sadness may seem to overshadow every other aspect of your life. Perhaps you're in the midst of a difficult relationship. Whether it's with a spouse, a family member, or a friend, strained relationships can leave you feeling hurt, betrayed, or misunderstood. It's easy to feel hopeless when it seems like nothing you do can fix the situation. The emotional toll of these relationships can leave you feeling drained and empty, unsure of how to move forward. And then there are those of us who are facing physical health issues. Whether it's chronic pain, a recent diagnosis, or a long-term struggle with illness, the toll on both the body and the spirit can be immense. You might feel like your body is betraying you, and the emotional weight of enduring physical pain day after day can be too much to bear. Whatever your specific struggle is, please know this: you are not alone in your pain. You are not the only one who feels overwhelmed by life's trials. Every single person in some way or another faces hardship. And while it may not always seem like it, these trials are not meant to break us, they are meant to make us stronger. From a religious perspective, it's important to understand that the trials we face are not punishments. Life in a fallen world comes with struggles and hardships, but God does not send us suffering as a form of punishment. Rather, He allows us to go through difficulties as a way of refining us, molding us, and helping us grow. In the Bible, we learn that trials are part of God's divine plan. They serve a higher purpose. Through our trials, we can develop virtues like patience, perseverance, and unshakable faith. God doesn't promise that life will be free of pain and hardship, but He does promise to be with us every step of the way, guiding us through our trials and using them to shape us into the people He created us to be. God's plan for our lives is not always easy to understand. We may not know why we're going through certain difficulties, and we may feel frustrated or even angry at times. But God's ways are higher than our ways. And while we may not understand everything in the moment, we can trust that He is working in us through every trial. In Romans 5:3-4 we read, "We can rejoice too when we run into problems and trials, for we know that they help us develop endurance. And endurance develops strength of character, and character strengthens our confident hope of salvation." This verse is a beautiful reminder that trials have a purpose. When we face hardships, it's not just a random event or a sign of God's anger. Rather, it's an opportunity for us to grow. Trials develop endurance in us, which is the ability to keep going even when things are tough. And this endurance in turn helps us to develop strength of character, the kind of character that reflects God's love, patience, and grace. Most importantly, these trials give us hope. They remind us that this world is temporary and that we have a greater hope in the promise of salvation. We may experience pain now, but we can look forward to the day when all suffering will end. Our hope is not in the circumstances of our lives, but in God's ultimate plan for us. It's easy to give up when we're faced with overwhelming challenges. The weight of the struggle can make us feel like we'll never make it through, but the Bible encourages us to keep going even when it feels impossible. In Romans 5:3-4, we are reminded that our trials are not the end of our story. They are part of a process that develops. Our endurance builds our character and strengthens our hope. God will not allow us to face anything that we cannot handle with His help. In times of trial, it's important to remember that God is always by our side. We may not see it in the moment, but He is working behind the scenes, refining us, preparing us for something greater. When we face trials, we must hold on to the promise that God will lift us up at the right moment. He knows our hearts, He sees our struggles, and He will raise us up when the time is right. No trial lasts forever, and no struggle is without purpose. God is faithful, and He will deliver us from our hardships in His perfect timing. So no matter what you're facing today, I want to encourage you, don't give up. Keep trusting in God, keep holding on to hope, and keep walking in faith. The trial you're going through will not last forever. God will lift you up just as He has lifted up countless others throughout history. As we go through life, we may not always understand why we face certain trials, but we can trust that God's plan for us is always good. He is using these hardships to refine us, to make us more like Him, and to prepare us for something greater. Remember, you are not alone and you are not defined by your trials. You are a beloved child of God, and His love for you is unshakable. Whatever you're going through, trust that God will see you through to the other side. If you are encouraged by this message, I invite you to share it with someone who might need a word of hope today. Let's walk together in faith, knowing that God is with us through every trial and that He will lift us up when the time is right. In life, when we encounter obstacles, it's easy to feel disheartened and defeated. The weight of the struggle can sometimes make us question if we have the strength to continue. But in moments of doubt and discouragement, there is one powerful force that can help us overcome even the most daunting challenges, and that is faith. Faith is the cornerstone of our ability to endure trials. It is the lens through which we can see every hardship as an opportunity for growth, transformation, and spiritual strengthening. Faith is the belief that God is with us, that He has a plan for us, and that He will guide us through every storm. When we choose to walk by faith, we choose to trust that even in the midst of difficulty, God is working behind the scenes for our good. The Bible speaks to the power of faith in overcoming trials. In Matthew 17:20, Jesus tells His disciples, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." This verse is a powerful reminder that faith doesn't need to be huge to have an impact. Even the smallest amount of faith can move mountains. The key is not the size of our faith, but the object of our faith, and our faith is in a God who is all-powerful, all-knowing, and ever-present. When we face challenges, it can be easy to focus solely on the difficulty in front of us. But faith allows us to shift our perspective and see our trials from a higher vantage point. With faith, we can view each challenge as an opportunity for growth, a chance to become more patient, more compassionate, more resilient, and more connected to God. Rather than seeing our difficulties as obstacles, faith helps us see them as stepping stones on the path towards spiritual maturity. Faith is the essential element that helps us overcome trials because it changes the way we respond to them. When we choose to have faith, we're choosing to believe that our challenges are not in vain. Instead of viewing them as a series of unfortunate events, we begin to see them as part of a larger plan, a plan that God has ordained for our lives. Faith enables us to believe that God is with us in our struggles even when we don't feel His presence. It reminds us that God does not abandon His children in times of trouble. No matter how difficult things may seem, He is working in our lives to bring about a greater purpose. As we trust in His promises, our faith becomes the strength that sustains us through the trials. One of the key aspects of faith is understanding that we are not meant to walk through life alone. God promises in Isaiah 41:10, So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. This verse is a reminder that no matter how challenging our trials may be, God is always by our side, ready to give us the strength and guidance we need to persevere. Through faith, we also understand that trials are temporary. While they may seem unending in the moment, the pain and difficulty we experience will not last forever. As the Bible reminds us in 2 Corinthians 4:17, "For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all." This verse provides us with perspective that the struggles we face today are small in comparison to the eternal glory and reward that awaits us. While faith is the foundation for overcoming trials, it's perseverance, the ability to keep going, despite the challenges that leads to victory. Perseverance is what helps us endure the hard times, keep pushing forward and never give up, even when the road ahead seems difficult and uncertain. In James 1:12 we read, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him." This verse reminds us that perseverance through trials is not only a mark of strength, but also the pathway to the blessings God has in store for us. The reward for persevering through life's challenges is greater than any temporary comfort or ease we might seek. The truth is, trials are not meant to break us, they are meant to build us. Every hardship we face is an opportunity to grow stronger in our faith, to become more resilient, and to develop the perseverance that will carry us through future challenges. The toughest times in life are often the ones that lay the foundation for greater things to come. Perseverance is not about rushing through the difficult times hoping they'll pass quickly. It's about holding on through the storm, trusting that God is with you, and continuing to move forward even when it feels like the road is long and hard. Perseverance is about keeping your eyes on the prize, the victory that lies ahead, and knowing that God is using every trial to prepare you for something greater. Never think you've given up too soon, even when the road seems impossibly hard. God is always there to guide you to the moment of elevation, the moment when you will rise above your trials and see them for what they truly are, opportunities for growth and transformation. His timing is perfect, and he will always bring you through the storm stronger than before. To illustrate the power of faith and perseverance, let's look at the story of Job, a man who faced unimaginable hardship but remained faithful to God through it all. Job's story is a powerful testament to the strength of unwavering faith and perseverance even in the face of overwhelming adversity. Job was a man of great wealth, health, and prosperity. He had a loving family, vast possessions, and was known for his righteousness. However, his life took a dramatic turn when he faced a series of devastating trials. In a short period, Job lost his wealth, his health, and his family. His body was covered in painful sores, and his friends and loved ones turned against him. Job was left in a state of utter despair, questioning why he was suffering and what he had done to deserve such pain. Yet despite all his suffering, Job never lost his faith in God. In the midst of his pain, Job declared, "Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him." Job 13:15. Job's words are a powerful example of unwavering faith. Even though he could not understand the reasons behind his suffering, he trusted that God was still in control and that he would deliver him in due time. Throughout his trials, Job's friends tried to convince him that his suffering was a result of sin, but Job held firm to his faith. He continued to seek God even in the darkest moments of his life. Job never gave up, and in the end God rewarded his perseverance. Not only did God restore Job's fortunes, but he gave him even more than he had before. Job's faith and perseverance were tested, but they ultimately led to his restoration and a deeper understanding of God's grace and faithfulness. Job's story serves as a powerful reminder that perseverance through trials leads to ultimate victory. His unwavering faith in God, even in the face of unimaginable hardship, teaches us that when we trust in God and persevere through life's difficulties, we will emerge stronger and more refined, ready to receive the blessings that God has in store for us. Faith and perseverance are the keys to overcoming the trials we face in life. When we walk by faith, we trust that God is with us, working in our lives to bring about good, even in the midst of hardship. Through faith, we can view our struggles as opportunities for growth, and with perseverance, we can endure the toughest times, knowing that they are preparing us for something greater. No matter what you're facing today, I encourage you to keep going. Trust in God, hold on to your faith, and persevere through the challenges. God is with you, and He will lead you to victory in His perfect timing. Just like Job, you will come through the storm stronger than before, and God will bless you in ways you can't yet imagine. There are moments in life when the weight of the world feels unbearable, and no matter how hard you try, the challenges seem unending. You may feel exhausted, defeated, or even abandoned, wondering if the struggles will ever stop. But there is a moment, a glorious moment, when God lifts you up, when the burden you've been carrying for so long is finally lifted, and you are given the strength to rise above the trials. This moment is a turning point, and though it may not come immediately, when it does, you will feel the dramatic shift in your life. When you persevere, when you don't give up, and when you fully place your trust in God, a wonderful moment will come, the moment when God lifts you up. This moment of divine elevation is not just a change in circumstances, it's a profound transformation in your spirit. It is the result of enduring life's trials, trusting God through them, and allowing your faith to grow stronger. When God lifts you up, it's not just a small improvement in your life, it is a spiritual breakthrough. It's a moment when you realize that despite all the difficulties, God has been with you every step of the way, working in the background, preparing you for this time of elevation. You might not see the shift immediately. After all, the journey through hardship can seem long and challenging. But when that moment comes, the moment God lifts you up, it is unmistakable. You will see and feel the transformation, and your life will never be the same. When God lifts you up, you begin to notice profound signs of change in your life. These signs are not always physical at first. Often they are spiritual, emotional, and mental. They are markers of the peace, strength, and clarity that come when God's hand moves in your life. Here are some signs to look for when God is lifting you up. The first and most obvious sign that God is lifting you up is a deep sense of relief. For so long you may have felt like you were carrying an unbearable weight. Your every step may have been heavy with worry, fear, or pain. But when God intervened, there's a noticeable shift. Suddenly the burden that has weighed you down is lifted, and you feel lighter, as if a great weight has been taken off your shoulders. You might wake up one morning and realize that the anxiety, fear, or stress you've been carrying is gone. You may not even fully understand how it happened, but there's a peace that settles in your soul, and it feels like the storm inside you has calmed. This peace is God's peace, the peace that transcends all understanding as described in Philippians 4:7. And the peace of God which transcends all understanding will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. This peace is one of the clearest signs that God is lifting you up and that your time of trial is coming to an end. The next sign that God is lifting you up is the renewed strength and faith you will experience. After a long season of hardship, you may feel drained spiritually and emotionally. You might have even doubted whether you could continue on this path. But once God lifts you up, you will feel a surge of renewed energy and a deeper trust in Him. This is the moment when you realize that despite the challenges ahead, you are no longer intimidated by them. You will find that you can face the trials that lie before you with renewed confidence and courage. You will no longer feel defeated or overwhelmed by what once seemed impossible. Instead, you will feel equipped to face whatever comes, knowing that God is with you every step of the way. In Isaiah 40:31, the Bible says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." This verse speaks to the power of God's strength in us when He lifts us up. He provides us with the strength to continue even when we feel we can't go any further. This renewed strength is a sure sign that God is working in your life and that He has elevated you to a new level of faith. When God lifts you up, you will notice that new opportunities begin to unfold before you. What once seemed like closed doors may suddenly open, and you'll find yourself stepping into new seasons of blessings and growth. These new opportunities may come in various forms: a new job, a restored relationship, a financial breakthrough, or even a new sense of purpose and direction. This is not a coincidence. When God lifts you up, He opens doors that were previously closed, and He makes a way where there seemed to be no way. As Psalm 23:5 says, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies." When God lifts you up, He prepares the path ahead, and His blessings begin to manifest in ways that you never expected. You will begin to recognize that the hardships you've endured were not in vain. God used those trials to prepare you for these new opportunities. The person you've become through the struggles is now ready to walk through those doors, and you will step forward with confidence knowing that you are walking in God's plan for your life. Another sign that God is lifting you up is a peaceful confidence and a renewed trust in God. You will no longer be anxious about the future or worried about what's to come. Instead, you will have a deep sense of trust that God will continue to lead you and guide you no matter what the future holds. This kind of peace and confidence is a direct result of the work God has done in your heart during the trials. As you look back on everything you've been through, you'll see how God has been with you every step of the way, strengthening your faith and refining your character. And as a result, you will no longer fear what lies ahead because you know that God is with you. In Proverbs 3:5-6, the Bible tells us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him and He will make your paths straight." This confidence comes from the knowledge that God is guiding you and that no matter what challenges come, He will lead you to victory. When that moment arrives, when God lifts you up, you will experience an overwhelming sense of gratitude and awe. You will realize that God has been with you all along, even when it felt like you were walking alone. He has been there in the midst of your trials, helping you overcome every obstacle, strengthening you in ways you couldn't have imagined. It is in this moment that you will truly understand the depth of God's love and faithfulness. You will look back at all the struggles, the pain, the uncertainty, and you will see how God has used each of those moments to shape you and bring you to a place of victory. And you will know without a doubt that the God who helped you through every trial is the same God who will continue to guide you through the rest of your life. In Romans 8:31, the Bible says, "What then shall we say in response to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us?" This verse is a declaration of victory. When God lifts you up, you will stand tall knowing that He is with you, and that no force in the world can stand against His plan for your life. This is the moment for you to shine. The trials that once held you down no longer have power over you. You've been transformed, and the strength, faith, and peace you now possess are a testament to the goodness and faithfulness of God. This is your time to rise, to step forward with confidence, and to live the life God has designed for you. Surely when that moment arrives, you will look up and see the hand of God lifting you higher than you ever thought possible. You will realize that despite everything you've been through, God has brought you to this place, a place of victory, a place of peace, a place of purpose. If you're experiencing a difficult season or struggling through trials, I encourage you to hold on. God is with you. Keep persevering, keep trusting, and know that in His perfect timing He will lift you up. If this message resonates with you, share it with someone who needs encouragement today. Let's walk together in faith, trusting that God will always be with us, lifting us up and leading us to victory. As we come to the end of this message, I want to remind you of a truth that will carry you through any season of life. Trials are an inevitable part of life. No one is exempt from facing hardships, challenges, and moments of struggle. They are a part of the human experience. But here's the good news. God is always by your side, and after every trial, He will lift you up in miraculous ways. It's important to remember that while we may not understand the reasons behind our struggles in the moment, God is always at work refining us and preparing us for something greater. He does not leave us in the pit of our trials. Instead, He is walking with us, guiding us, and when the time is right, He will elevate us to new heights, stronger, wiser, and more equipped to fulfill His purpose for our lives. So no matter where you are on your journey today, always hold firm in faith and perseverance. These two qualities are the keys that will sustain you through every challenge. God will never abandon you. He is with you in every moment, walking alongside you and empowering you to keep moving forward. As long as you remain steadfast and trust in Him, you will experience the blessings and peace that come with His guidance. I encourage you to keep trusting in God even when the way seems uncertain or the obstacles seem too great. Your breakthrough is coming. Your moment of elevation is just around the corner. If this message resonates with you, I invite you to share this video with someone who might need a word of encouragement today. Sometimes we all need a reminder that God is with us even in the hardest of times. Also, don't forget to subscribe to stay tuned for more videos that will encourage, uplift, and strengthen you in your faith. Let's walk together in faith, trusting that God will always be with us, guiding us and lifting us up. As we close, I want to speak a blessing over you. May you always be strong, steadfast, and feel the uplifting presence of God in every challenge you face. May His peace fill your heart, and may you always find the strength to persevere through every trial. Remember that God's love for you is unwavering, and He will never let you go. Stay encouraged, stay faithful, and trust that God is working in you and through you. Blessings to you on your journey.